This is Charles Kao with Travel Mall TV at ITB Asia with Philip Schaetz, who's the Senior VP of Sales and Marketing for Dorsett Hospitality. You have something slightly new to reveal, yes?
That's correct. Well, I tell you the story where we came from and where we are and where we're going.
Please.
Okay. So we used to be called Cosmopolitan Hotels International. Originally, the group is a spin-off of a different company called Far East Consortium, which is a development company based and headquartered and listed in Hong Kong. Family, third generation right now, the family Chu, of which Winnie Chu is our president, but her father David Chu is the chairman of Far East Consortium. They always had a lot of hotels in their portfolio, but they were managed by others, Hyatt, Ritz-Carlton, just to name a few, or Sheraton. And about 10 years ago they started to manage hotels on their own, more in the 3-star segment, which at that time was under the Dorsett brand name, interestingly enough. Then about 3 years ago, they said we have enough hotels in our portfolio now, and created a spin-off, created Cosmopolito, moved the assets outside, and did IPO planning for Cosmopolito. Actually 2 weeks and 2 years ago, they went to the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, so Cosmopolito became a listed company, stock code 2266, which we still have today. And and then Winnie Chu entered the family business, the hotel arm, and started to build up her executive team. I, amongst many others, myself.
There came about you.
Yeah. So exactly, basically to the day last year I started, and the first task that Winnie asked me to do was to look into the branding and aligning the brands. We had at the time, I believe, 15 very successful but relatively independent hotels, very profitable, but they were very independent. We were more like functioning like an owner-only hotels,
right?
And with different names. So we had a very mixed bag. We still have today. So this is I get to this in a moment. So we have a Cosmopolitan Hotel, we have a Cosmo Hotel, we have a Dorsett Hotel, and so on. And so we had a very, very deeply rooted look into our branding and said, one thing is clear, we have made some inroads with the Dorsett brand name already. Like the Dorsett Regency in Kuala Lumpur is one of our oldest hotels. We have a Dorsett Grand in Subang, another one in Labuan. So we decided, Dorsett is something that sounds I think it sounds travel hotel. It's a nice name, resonates. So we decided to align it and bring actually the name from the hotel level to the corporate level. So hence we created Dorsett Hospitality International, which consists of 3 brands. One is Dorsett Hotels and Resorts. One is D Collection, that was known as Cosmopolito Boutique Series, a mouthful. Now D Collection, of which we have 3 hotels: the Mercer in Hong Kong, the Lang Kwai Fong in Hong Kong, and the Cosmo in Hong Kong. And then other end of the spectrum is Silka, that's our 3-star value brand, 5 of which we have, always had. And value, we really want to highlight this. I mean, we do compete, of course, with the economy or if you will, budget hotels, but we think we are differentiating ourselves because we're adding tangible value to that brand. An example, in a Silka hotel, it's our minibar concept. A, we have a minibar. B, there's something inside the minibar, and we only charge supermarket prices. So,
wow.
Yeah, no, it's great. And you know what? So basically, guests, normally they go downstairs to the 7-Eleven and drag their bags.
So why play the game, right?
Right, so we said, let us do the service for
Give them the convenience.
And they don't feel ripped off. And as a result, which I think is just amazing, our minibar revenue went up 60%.
Internet is
free, Wi-Fi in all of our hotels. That's a standard. And so that's Silka, 3-star value. Tangible value is what we want to add. You know, it's a very competitive market. It's all about location and price, and we think we drive consumer preference through the added value element actually. And our hotels run 99% occupancy in Hong Kong, so we can't complain.
My goodness.
Yeah. And then I want to elaborate a little bit more on Dorsett Hotels and Resorts. So that's our core brand actually. That consists of two hotel types. One is Dorsett, and then it's a 4-star mid-scale hotel. We're very proud about being mid-scale. And we do have an upscale version, which is a Dorsett Grand. The core difference between the two is Dorsett Grand is 5-star and it's upscale, but it's not upper luxury. So we're not competing with the Four Seasons or Peninsulas of this world. The core difference really is Dorsett is a very playful, very young and contemporary brand. Smaller lobbies, limited to no meeting space, but great in design and really attracts a younger at heart traveler, if you will. Dorsett Grand has typically grand lobby, the grand ballroom, a lot of meeting space, so the focus is more on nice business. While Dorsett is really either business, corporate FIT, or leisure FIT travelers. So how we're positioning ourselves with Dorsett Hotels and Resorts is, and again, we had a very close look at who are we, what is our strength actually, what's our identity.
Sounds like you did a pretty complete job of that.
Very deeply rooted, not analysis, but just a look at it. And
so now you need to get the message out to the market and educate the market.
That's correct. Which is what we're starting to do here at ITB Asia. First thing we did was we created a booth, proper corporate booth that also reflects some of our design elements that we have in the hotels. Our counter, our check-in counter, you can see it from here, from the other side, is a replica of a true check-in counter that we have in our hotel, where you can see that it's really about design. It's not just functionality, it's also design. And I think we're very good at that, and that we have a great advantage over other hotel brands as well. And that is that we have our design team is in part of our team because we come from development side. So the head of design is Winnie Chu's younger sister, and that also makes it for us very easy to actually have a great communication on functionality and design, right? So we just sit together like as a family and we work these things out very fast.
I presume once all of the branding, the market, education, I'll call it, the market branding, B2B and B2C, then you'll look at growth.
Well, we're looking at growth while we do all
while you do all
this, right?
Okay.
But because
the Chinese way.
Absolutely. But because we're growing quite fast and quite rapid, that's why we also were very fast in had a very strong focus on the rebranding. Because before we open all of these hotels that are in the pipeline, we really had to get the branding right. So we have 18 hotels in operation today, 10 in Hong Kong, 5 in Malaysia, and 3 in China. We're adding more hotels in Hong Kong, but we're also entering new markets, which I find is very exciting. Number one, we're opening a hotel first quarter next year here in Singapore under the Dorsett brand name as well, on New Bridge Road, just on top of Outram MRT station. And then we're also going into the UK. So we have purchased 2 assets in London, one in Shepherd's Bush, walking distance to Westfield Mall. Again, fits, of course, a very strategic decision to go there because we are really focusing on the Asian and Chinese traveler.
Oh, okay.
And London is a key destination, and they go to London for shopping. And Westfield Mall, covered shopping, indoor shopping, fits that travel behavior actually quite well. And it's walking distance in Shepherd's Bush. Also under the Dorsett brand name, very exciting. And then the second one in London is in Aldgate, on top of Aldgate Tube Station, which is borderline to the City of London. So again, it's a very strategic location. There's a lot of new development coming up, new office buildings. So it's a bit more of a corporate focus, and Shepherd's Bush is probably a bit more of a leisure focus.
When will those open?
In 2014, the first one in Shepherd's Bush, and then we're aiming for early 2015 for Aldgate. Because on Aldgate we have to build on top of that building. There's an existing building that we convert and add to it.
I see.
Well, and then we're adding more hotels in China. We will open a Dorsett Grand in Suji, which is 2 hours drive from Shanghai. It's a resort type of hotel, but it also has a lot of meeting space, so great for incentive planners, of course. Where else do we go? Well, more in Hong Kong, and also, so that's the official pipeline. But there's of course a lot of focus on growing even further. Right, we're working on a lot of projects right now that are not official yet, right? But we definitely want to add more hotels in London. So Winnie really wants to have at least 5 hotels there. We want to have more hotels in Malaysia, and we're now looking at Australia as well as a market for us, and other destinations within Asia.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Distribution-wise, strategically, how much will be direct off your probably a new website?
Yeah.
Versus travel agency, tour operator, online travel agency type distribution?
Yeah. I mean, our hotels, as I said, they run very successful, but because they were so independent, we have a very fragmented world today. And we get a lot of online business, but the vast majority is through our online travel agent friends, right? Which is great, but we are going to focus now on shifting business consumer behavior over to book directly with us. So we have a couple of things in the pipeline that's coming right now. So while we did all of the branding, we also had a very strong focus on technology. So we have signed up with Sabres and Access, so we're rolling out our central reservation system through them. We will take them, we use them for our booking engine as well on the website. And then of course we will revamp our websites. We're doing this in steps right now. So that we can push more to the site and then drive conversion on our website. That's a very, very key strategy.
What about travel agents? They're kind of in between. Obviously, you don't have to pay them as much commissions as OTAs.
Traditional travel agents, like American Express?
Yeah, the ones
of course.
Those
strong focus through our GDS.
The GDS part,
But in order to have GDS, we need the technology. We are planning on having our own private label code, of course, in the future, and so on. And we really, really want to focus on that as well. So, step by step.
Wonderful. Philip Schaetz, who's Senior Vice President of Dorsett Hospitality Group. Thank you very much. I look forward to next year, if not sooner, to learn about how all of this is panning out.
Me too. Thank you very much.